Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by another Friday to watch my videos. Thank you so much. In today's video, I thought it would be a perfect time to show you guys some tips and products that I use every time I travel with Joshua. This week we're gonna be traveling to Paris. So we are so excited for this trip. Actually, we have been planning this trip for the last 5 months. And yeah, so I thought this was the perfect time to show you guys basically some tips that I have learned in the way to travel with the baby. This will be Joshua's second flight. The first flight was actually on December. We went to California. We fly from Rome to California and it was a travel of 19 hours. And then and the 9 months of life of Joshua, we have done almost 4 or 5 road trips. Long road trips. We did one of 8 hours, the other one was 6 hours, 4 hours, and then we did a trip that it was supposed to be 2 hours and ended up being a 5-hour trip. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are interested on basically to learn how to travel with the baby, just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the things that you should do before traveling. Now, one of the things that I would like to mention is the time that you are flying. This is so important when it comes with a baby, because if the baby has like a very good sleeping schedule, it can mess the whole flight if the baby doesn't sleep correctly, or if you mess with the naps. And I know sometimes it's impossible to follow basically like their nap time or their schedule when it's about traveling, because I know international flights usually depart very early in the morning or very late at night. So what I will recommend if you are traveling internationally is to book at night in any hotel close to the airport. That way you don't have to travel in the morning very like early in the morning. You are just 30 minutes away or 50 minutes away from the airport. That will make things a lot easier. Another thing that it helps is if you know that you are going to be traveling maybe like at 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning, for the day before that you are traveling, try to skip the afternoon nap of your baby and do your night routine maybe hours after, so they start sleeping earlier. Last time what we did is that we make Joshua sleep early because our flight was going to be at 7 in the morning. So when we have to wake up at 4 in the morning, he was tired, but he had already had maybe 9 hours of sleep, so he was fine. So yeah, that's one thing that is very important when it comes to traveling. Also, if you are going to be traveling inside of the country, or in our case that we are traveling in Europe, you can find flights that are just between 10 a.m. Noon or 1 p.m. 2 p.m. the hours of the naps. The way in the nap time they are flying and they are just going directly to sleep, and the baby is not fussy either. Now, the second thing that is very important before you are traveling is to read the guidelines of the airline. Sometimes the airline have so many benefits for the parents that the parents don't know about. So I always like to go, and also for you as a person, if you are traveling, I love to go and see in the guidelines of the airport, of the airline, to see what benefits you can have as a traveler, especially when you're a parent. Sometimes we don't know because we don't check the guideline, but believe me, there is a lot of benefits on it. One of the benefits with any airline is that you do not have to make the big line when you are traveling. You, for being a parent, you have a priority of boarding, so you're always gonna board before everybody else. Also, your stroller doesn't have any fee to travel with. I thought before we needed to pay like an extra fee or something, but no, your stroller don't pay. It's absolutely free to take it. Now you can use your stroller at the airport, and then when you are boarding, you can give your stroller at the gate, and you just have to make sure you let them know in case you have a layover for them to give your stroller when you arrive at the layover. Otherwise, they're just gonna take it directly to the final destination, and that can be a little messy. Or you can just check in your stroller when you enter at the airport and then use your baby carrier. That's another way of do things. Now, another benefits, like I said, of the food, when you aboard the flight, you can just let the attendant know that you have some baby food to be warm, and they are gonna be more than happy to help you with that. Another thing is that when you are about to aboard, you can just go and check the little there is like a place where you stay all the attendants before you aboard, and you can just go and ask if there is any available seats that are empty. That way they can seat you there. Attendants want you to have a good flight for you and for the other people at the plane, so they will try to make the best. If they have any available seats, the roads are completely empty, they will give it to you, believe me. Also, before you're traveling, you have to check if your baby needs any documentation. If you are traveling outside of the country, your baby does need a passport. We do Joshua's passport when he was 2 months old, and they only require for you to bring 2 pictures of the baby, the birth certificate, and any documentation for the mother and the father. I believe the fee for the passport was $80 for the American. The Italian passport, I need to double check that. I think it was about 50 euro, but I don't know. I'm gonna check that, and I'm gonna put it down below in the box of information. That way you can, if you are working with Italian passport or American passport. The American passport was actually faster. It took almost 2 weeks to arrive, and the Italian passport, actually, I think it was 3 weeks, and we just had to go and pick it up. But yeah, Joshua already has 2 passports because, like I said, when you are traveling outside of the country, it's better for you to you need to have a passport. Doesn't matter how old your baby is. That was one of the questions that I had before, because I didn't know if Joshua was gonna need a passport when he was a baby, but yes, he does. The seat for the baby, if you have the opportunity to buy a seat for the baby, and you have to take the baby seat. Now, the baby seat, it has to be specific to be where at the airport, at the airplane. Last time, the one that we took, actually, it was not for the airplane, but the attendants just let it pass because it fit completely in the seat. But yeah, maybe sometimes they will tell you this seat is not for airplane, so they're not gonna let you use it, and it's not gonna be their fault, but sometimes as a parents are fault, so we cannot fight so much on that. So yeah, I think before you're traveling, these are the most important things that you need to know: the time that you're flying, the seats that you are using on the airplane, the benefits that you can have. Just make sure you're right. Check always the documentation before your flight, because your baby does need a passport or any documentation, doesn't matter what age the baby is. Now, the first thing that I want to touch on is a breastfeeding pillow. Now, if you are not buying a seat for your baby, this pillow will help you a lot, because it's easier just to carry your baby. So this pillow helped me a lot because it just made things a little less heavier, and now Joshua is bigger, so I'm definitely taking this on the next flight because I don't want to be carrying him all the time. Now, another thing that is really recommend every time you're traveling is a baby carrier. I have the Becco Gemini Cool, and I love this. Marsupio is in Italian. I love this baby carrier because, now let me show you this. The material that they use is super breathable. I don't like so much the baby to be completely covered, especially right now that the summer is coming. Babies sweat a lot because they are not just completely covered with this, but they also fit your temperature with your body. So this material is super refreshing. It's actually a little open and it's not so hot on the baby. Another thing that it's very useful is to always carry a blanket. The material is really fresh. Just this one if you are breastfeeding. I am breastfeeding, and honestly I always breastfeed without cover because Joshua doesn't like to be covered. But in very public places like airport or just like in a restaurant or something, I always like to carry one just in case, because it can be kind of embarrassing sometimes and people are always watching. But like I said, 98% of the time I never cover, just because here in Italy it's completely normal to breastfeed in public. It's not just a big deal to breastfeed. Some things I have very adapt to the European culture or the Italian culture. Now I'm gonna let you guys know how it's in Paris, but for just in case, I'm taking one of this because, you know, culture shocking, it's real, guys. I think that is very helpful is to have a very light diaper bag. We have this one right here, and we have another one that is bigger, but this one, when it's at the type of the airport, it's so easy to carry around because you just have to put it in your shoulders and that's it. You don't have to be carrying another extra bag, and it just makes things lighter. I mean, you want to travel the lighter that you can, because a baby, everything becomes heavier. Like the bags are heavier, the stroller is heavier, everything is heavier. So you just want to travel the lighter that you can. And this bag, I always like to carry one of this. Now this is a makeup bag, but it just makes things a lot easier, because guys, when it becomes to go and change a baby in the restroom, in the public restroom, it's just a lot messier. So I just love to pick up this, and then I know exactly what I have here. It's exactly for a change of baby. So I just take this, take the baby, I change him, and it's a lot easier. So in one of these bags, I always like to carry what is Pampers, of course, wipes, because these two, you need to take at least 3 or 4 Pampers because it gets real. I always like to get also like clothes for changing. I have this one from IKEA, and it's just good to have one, just because not all the restaurants are clean enough sometimes, and you don't want to put your baby in a surface that is super dirty. Well, I don't personally. So I always like to carry one of this for the changing. Some onesies. I carry 2. And then I carry a pajama, just because I like to carry these sleepers. And it's about traveling in the airplane, I like to carry one of these. So before I change him and he is comfortable, and once I put pajamas, I don't know, but he feels like sleeping. So pajamas. And then I also like to carry his diaper creams. I like to use this one from Birds and Bees. I love the smell, and it's so good because it's 100% natural, and it just keep the parts very nice, not red, no rush, nothing. But if it becomes a rush, I always like to carry one of this Desitin. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this. Every mom out there should know this. And then always guys, always carry a baby tooth gel. I use this one from Nuvi. I hope you guys can see it. Just because for some reason, even if your baby is not teething, this thing relaxes the babies. I don't know what it does, but they get relaxed because they have chamomile on it. And is that how you say chamomile or chamomile? Well, you guys get the point. I always like to carry one of these, and right now actually Joshua is teething, so I'm definitely taking one of these. So all of these things fit in this little bag here. So at the time of flying, when I'm sitting in the airplane, this is the only thing I stay with. I put the diaper bag up, I put everything up so I can have space and everything, and I just stay with this. Because if I need to change him, this is all I need. Now, the other thing that is really important to talk about is the food of the baby. Now, about the food, I honestly haven't given Joshua artificial fruit yet. Not because I'm against to it. Believe me, I'm not. I just personally, me, Judy, hate frozen foods. I never like to eat frozen foods. I don't find the flavor in frozen foods. So for me, buying this type of foods for my baby, I'm thinking like it's a frozen food. I don't know why, but it's not fresh. It's not made at home. So, and plus I love to cook for Joshua. So for me, I always, since he was 4 months that he started eating solids, I always try to make his food. Wherever I go, I take his food. So recently I found this great option to take food on it. It's the Chewy food pouchers. So they become like this. This is 5 ounces actually. They come like this, and they have here, so you can open here, and then they eat their foods, and they open from here. This ones you can rewash and reuse again. It's not a problem. Let me see if I can have them. So this is where you put the puree or the baby food that you are gonna make. Now Joshua is already eating more solids than puree, but in this case, since we are gonna be traveling for lunchtime, I'm gonna make some vegetable puree and I'm gonna put it in here. And as well, I'm gonna make a fruit puree so he can have a snack on the airplane. And they have this this package become actually with some pouch tops that are easy to steep the food, and it feels like, you know, it's easier to eat it, I think, than eating it from here. I don't know, it just came with the package. So this package right here brings 4 of these. Let me show you. They're so cute too. Look how cute they are. This one, the little tiger, and this one. So like I said, these are my option just because I still have not given Joshua any artificial fruits. I'm gonna be making his purees and I'm gonna be putting it in here. Another way to take a good snack is at the airport. You can buy some fruit, or you can buy mostly fruits if you can find. And I love to take always one of these. This thing, I have used it every single day. I use it like twice a day, and Joshua absolutely love it because since he's teething too, he just loves to get the fruit from here. So I always like to carry. Look, I need to buy also another ones because this one is already very used. But if you can buy one of these for your baby, believe me, you're gonna have enough for a good snack here if you want to put fruit. Or like I said, you can just get one of these if you are just like me that are still giving fresh fruit. But if you are still giving artificial food, you are more than welcome to. There is a lot of places at the airport where you can buy a lot of food pouchers or they're artificial, and I mean, it's good. And like I said, if you are preparing the food in a jar, the attendant at the airplane can also help you to warm it up the food, so that's not a problem. And if you are also bottle feeding the baby, the attendant also can help you with the water, or they have like a little microwave. Why did I get so? They also have like a little microwave that they can warm it up the bottle for the baby, so it's good. In my case, I'm still breastfeeding, so I'm still not giving any bottles, or Joshua don't know any bottles yet. But yes, that's about the food. These are the things that are gonna help you to entertain your baby during the flight. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is their toys. I have this tool right here that I always have these ones with me. These are the toys that are to go outside or to just any place that we go. I always take one of these because Joshua gets so entertained with this little horse that it's full of color. It has this for the mouth, and it has this, the little legs that make noises. It has this here, right here too, that he can play with. I don't know, he just gets entertained with this, and also with this one. This one was also a hit for us. This one was a gift for one of Luca's friend, and he loved it from the minute that he got it. I think he was like 4 or 5 months when he got this one, and it's still his favorite when we go out. And it has this little bowl here, these two for the teeth, so he is happy with this. Okay, now another thing that I love to get every time we are in a road trip or traveling is this one. My cousin gave it to me, and guys, these are being a hit. For some reason, every time I sing the song or whatever, he just gets so entertained with this. Like, he just loves these little toys. So these ones are always with me when I do a road trip or a travel. Yeah, these ones are definitely going with me, or any finger. So babies, they just want to be entertained. So these ones are a hit. And if your baby is teething like me, make sure you always get his teething toys. I have this one that I buy from mom, and I love this one because it has the form of the teeth, and it has this little massaging for the gums inside. I don't know, but Joshua likes to put his feet and go crazy in this thing. So this is a hit, and this is the one that he used for the pacifier. Since it's like gum, he just loved this thing. So remember, always take something that the babies want to put in their mouth, because sometimes these little things, so simple and so little, they just can stay a good time calm. A pacifier can help you a lot if you are not breastfeeding your baby. At the time of the party, make sure you put the pacifier, and at the time of landing too, because you don't want your baby to get any air in the ears. So yeah, always, or if it's better for you, just breastfeed your baby at the time of departure and at the time of landing, so he will be good. If your baby is a little bigger, you just need to give something in the mouth. That way he can chew and air don't go in the ear. Guys, that's it as the products that I wanted to mention today. And just as a final advice, just be calm. Believe me, traveling is not as a big deal as it seems to be. Traveling, it can be a lot easier. You just have to be calm. You just have to be relaxed. Make sure you have a good time. Make sure you have your rest too. Don't overwork things. I know as moms, we always want to have everything perfect, but sometimes it's just good to go slow, because your baby absorbs your energy. And if you are stressed, believe me, your baby will be stressed too. If you are worried, your baby will sense that in you. And also a great tip is to make sure before you get out of your house, give a good bath to your baby. That will keep the baby relaxed, and sometimes they're gonna sleep and they're just gonna be as calm as it can be. Important for a baby to be full rest and have a good flight. You know what you want to know what it is a good rest, hours of sleep, a good feeding, feed your baby very good, and then make sure you entertain the baby how they wanted it to be entertained. I forgot another thing that is very good for entertainment as your phone. I know a lot of parents are like, oh no, I don't want my baby to watch anything. But believe me, if you download the favorite songs of your baby or the favorite cartoons of your baby, he will be fine. The international flights, they also have the TV. You can put their movie or you can put something for them. Believe me, they will be entertained. But yeah, this flight is gonna be short, so I'm gonna make sure I take my phone just in case, because like I said, sometimes this is not as entertaining as this one. True of 2019, guys. Yeah guys, so these were the tips and the products that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you really like it, please give a big like, and stay tuned, because the next video is gonna be actually how it went, the flight with Joshua. And I'm gonna share with you guys Paris. I'm gonna share with you guys everything we're gonna do. So please stay tuned for next Friday. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.